ShortSalePowerHour.com. My name is Fred Weaver. I'll be joined in a moment by my partner Kevin Kauffman. We're with Group 4610, Arizona's premier short sale team. What we're going to do today is we're going to continue role-playing the conversion that we've been doing over the last few days, converting the lead. Me as Joe and Kevin as Kevin. He does a good Kevin. And we're going to basically walk you through that process, because part of lead conversion is avoiding the F-ups, guys. It's avoiding the forgettable or unforgettable moments. And so I want you guys to listen closely today to our dialogue and what Kevin's sharing with me as Joe, the seller, and how he's setting the proper expectations in the transaction so that I become a good client and he becomes a good agent. We both get along really well, and the outcome and the end result is what we're looking for, which is a closed short sale.
Here's the deal though, Joe. So I did get your complete package. It was perfect, by the way. Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome.
You turned it in. Stephanie, my transaction coordinator and listing coordinator, let me know you've already paid your upfront fee of $500.
Yeah, she called me this morning to take my credit card over the phone, and she said that you'd be giving me a call. So.
Yep, perfect. So here's where we're at today. You've turned in all your paperwork to us. I know you want to get listed, and we're going to get working on that here this afternoon.
Okay.
But what I want to do for you now is kind of explain the rest of the process and what you can expect from here till the day we close escrow.
Okay.
Is that good?
That's great.
Okay, cool. So here's what happened. We've got your entire short sale package. I told you about that online system that we have.
Yep.
It's called SureClose. You're going to get an email from us today inviting you in to join this transaction. Okay. It's an online transaction management system that we have that will allow you to kind of follow along with us as we go through your entire short sale process, okay?
Okay.
You'll learn more about that later, especially once we get into the negotiation phase with the bank. You'll be able to use that for a lot more information.
So if I'm understanding you correctly, this is a system where I can just log in instead of having to call you guys all day, because sometimes at work and I can't call.
You said it, Joe.
I can just check your system and get like instantaneous 24-hour-a-day updates on exactly where my file is?
24/7.
Wow, I love that.
And if you ever need a document there that you provided to us, it's available for you to download straight from the website.
Wow.
It's pretty cool.
That's
but
great,
I mean,
Kevin. That's
just kind of the icing on the cake, if you will, when you work with Group 4610.
Okay.
So here's the deal, Joe. We got your short sale package. We're working on the listing paperwork.
Okay.
That's going to be emailed to you as well in the next hour or two, okay?
Okay.
You're also going to get another document called the seller expectation document, okay?
Okay.
Now, I want you to read through that carefully. It's about 3 pages long.
Okay.
And it talks to you about what you can expect in this process from here on out. And it also talks about what we need to expect from you in this process for us to have a successful close of escrow.
Oh, good. I had some questions on like my utilities and some stuff like that.
Exactly. So, because we're going to need for you to have utilities on because we're selling the house, right?
Okay.
And so the buyer's got to be able to do an inspection and all that other good stuff. So even though it's a short sale, this is going to be a lot like any other transaction you've had, or at least as much like it as we can possibly make it.
Okay.
So we're going to outline those expectations for you, meaning what we expect of you as our seller and what you can expect of us. Okay.
Okay.
So you're going to get that form. That's going to be a form that you're going to keep the first 3 pages, and you're going to initial and send back the 4th page. Okay.
Perfect.
You send that back with your listing paperwork.
Okay.
Okay. Now, let's fast forward. We got the paperwork in. We're also going to come out to your house, take pictures, lockbox sign, the whole regular listing process, okay?
Okay.
We'll be on the MLS probably the next 24 to 48 hours.
Okay.
Okay, so now what that means is we're going to be out looking for a buyer now. It means we're going to be active on MLS. You'll get a copy of that listing emailed to you as well, okay?
Oh, good, okay.
So as we're out advertising to all the different websites that we advertise to, the likely scenario is going to be a real estate agent is going to bring the buyer to the table, okay?
Okay.
And we're going to be looking for a buyer who's willing to write an offer at what we think the house will sell for, and what we think we can get the house approved for from the bank, and is willing to wait 60 to 90 days while we do that.
Okay, I read that in some of the other documentation that you sent me the other day. So if I understand this correctly, on average you guys get offers on your properties in about 30 or 60 days. So you feel that like my house will get an offer in 30 or 60 days?
Absolutely.
And then it's about 60 to 90 days for the bank to do their whole process and approve it?
You said it exactly.
And then like another 30 days or so to close?
Yeah, it's actually 21 days to close, but it's okay. You read clearly you've read everything else.
So that's about 5 or 6 months if I added those time periods up about, right?
I would say 5 months on the low side of the average and 6 to 7 months on the higher side of the average is what you can expect from till the day we close escrow.
Okay, I'm glad you explained that. Thank you.
No problem. So here's the deal though. We're going to be getting offers. As you know, I told you I've sold over 200 houses in the last few years. I'm working with 100 people right now. There's probably, you mentioned your mom and dad want to talk to you.
Yeah.
There's probably another 100 people I want to be working with in the next 30 days.
Wow.
I can't do that all by myself. I couldn't even do that with just Fred.
You probably don't sleep, do you?
No, I actually do.
Oh, you do?
I sleep 8 to 10 hours a night, Joe. Because here's why. I've got a team, and I've been talking to you about my system and my process.
Yeah.
But I've got a team. I talked to you about Stephanie, my transaction coordinator and listing coordinator. talk to you about my full-time transaction manager, Jamie and Heather. So I've got this full support staff. Those are the people that are going to be working with the agents, and they'll be helping you with any other questions you have that come in that are about the contract, or if you have any questions about the process going forward. They're there in the office every single day, Monday through Friday from 8 to 5. And if you have any questions, you can call them at any point in the transaction.
Perfect.
Okay, now once we're under contract, we're then going to move you kind of over to my short sale team. That's where Fred and the guys who actually get on the phone and negotiate with the banks on your behalf. So here's the deal. That transaction management system I told you about a few minutes ago,
yeah,
they're going to update that for you every other week with an update written to you and written to the buyers. That way everybody knows what's going on in the transaction. Because we know it's a long process. You said it yourself. It's 60 to 90 days.
Okay.
So in there's obviously some pretty major milestones that we expect to see happen. Okay. And we notify people when those happen. So you can expect a written update from us every 2 weeks, okay?
Wow, okay.
You can also, like you said, log in at any time,
okay,
24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Because as we do some of the smaller tasks that are involved in getting a short sale approved, when we kind of check them off on our system, it notifies you as the seller that
so I don't ever have to talk to the bank. You guys handle all of that.
No, in fact, I don't want you to ever talk to the bank.
Okay.
If they call you and you're on the phone with them,
I bet that's on your seller expectation document that I'll be getting later today. Huh?
Absolutely, it sure is.
You sound like a guy that would have that on there.
I absolutely do. So I don't even want you to talk to them. I'll be honest with you. You're going to be talking to collectors if you talk to anybody at the bank.
Okay.
I'm going to go work with the short sale department. It's a right hand and left hand. Okay. Just let them know you're working on a short
I understand.
sale.
I'm in business. I get it.
Okay. So that's what you can expect from here on out. I mean, do you have any questions for me right now as far as what we've talked about?
No, you know what? I'm great. I appreciate it, Kevin. Thank you.
Okay. Again, that office number that I told you about, 480-449-6642. Write that down and keep that handy. If you need something, they're going to be able to answer you the quickest.
So call them before I call you.
Absolutely. And the reason why is if you call me, I will help you, but I'm going to have to go to them to get help first because I've got a certain job.
Because you talk to like people like my parents and me, everybody on the front end.
Absolutely.
And then
to kind of explain the process, and then I've got my team that handles the contracts and what I'll call the transaction side of things. And then I've got my team that handles the short sales. Does that make sense?
Sounds good.
Okay, cool. Well, since you don't have any more questions, I'm going to let you go. You've got the phone number, you've got all of our email addresses, and most importantly, you've got the login to SureClose if you do have any questions, okay?
Perfect.
Great.
Thanks
a lot, Joe.
Okay.
It's been good talking to you. See you later.
All right, guys. So let's kind of summarize this by saying this whole lead conversion thing. I think that a lot of times in real estate, we associate the word lead conversion with just taking somebody's listing.
Yeah.
And to Kevin and I, it goes a lot deeper. And I hope you saw that in the role play today. For Kevin and I, lead conversion goes with setting the right expectations before we have the listing, at time of listing, at time of contract, at time of approval, and after. And it spans the whole part, because the thing is, you can convert a lead and take a listing, but closing that lead to us is true conversion, meaning that making sure that person is communicated and understands your entire process is integral to the transaction.
Not only do they understand it, but they're bought in. And while they may not like it, they understand it's their best possible chance of getting this transaction closed.
Yeah, I mean, he didn't say this in the call, but a lot of times we'll say, look, this is the process that gets 90+% results. So if anybody has a disagreement, I don't want to do it this way. Look, guys, we don't vary from our process, and it's not because I don't think you may have a better idea here or there. It may not be better in your situation. The point is our process is standard across the board. It's produced the 92+% results that it always has, and it will continue, and we don't deviate off the process and make special exceptions here and there. We run the same process.
Not that deviating means that you can't close deals. It just means it doesn't work for us, guys. We're helping hundreds of people at a time. Understand, we've closed 200 deals. We've closed 140, 150 so far this year. We'll close another 30 by the end of the year. Okay, guys? So here's the deal. Understand your process. Believe in it. Know it. That's where the conversion comes from, okay? If you stayed with us this entire video, I want you to make a comment down below, okay, right there. Make a comment. Let us know what you liked, what you didn't like, what helped you, what ahas you may have had over the past 30 minutes of video over the last few days. Okay, guys? All right. 1, 2, 3. Short sale power hour. Short sale power hour.